On a hot summer day in Southern California, Whiskers the dog and his owner, Peggy the woman, are really starting to feel the heat. Whiskers sees that William the camel and Lizzie the lizard aren't suffering too badly from the weather. Peggy tells Whiskers, "Be a good boy and go find out how those animals are dealing with this heat." Then he walks over to Lizzie the lizard and asks, "Hey, how do you stay cool in this hot weather?" Lizzie replies, "It's easy. I'm an ectotherm." Whiskers ponders this for a minute before asking, Lizzie, what's an ectotherm?" Lizzie says, "Being an ectotherm means I don't produce my body heat like you do. My body temperature is pretty much maintained by outside sources like the sun." And then the dog says, "Thanks, but I'm going to go talk to William the camel and see if he can answer my question better." So he goes over to William the camel and asks, "Are you an ectotherm too?" William says, "No, of course I'm not an ectotherm. I'm an endotherm like you." And Whiskers asks, "Like me?" And Wallace replies, "Yes, like you. Don't you know all mammals and birds are endotherms? It means we can produce our own body heat to maintain our temperature. It's what lets us live in such a variety of different places, like polar bears that live up in the North Pole, and penguins that live down in the South Pole." Now, this gets Whiskers thinking, and he wonders what that means from a physiological perspective. And Wallace tells him, well, just because we can live in all these places doesn't mean it doesn't come without a cost. We have to eat a lot more to maintain our metabolism. And Whiskers, still thinking about the heat, says, "So how do we keep from getting too hot? I mean, it's really a scorcher today." And Wallace answers, "Well, there's a few different ways to deal with the heat stress. Like behavior, you could go hide in the shade of a tree, like that guy over there. Or if you're like Peggy, you can see her increased blood flow to her face, and it helps her relieve some of the heat that's coming out of her body, which is a great way to cool off. But one of the best ways to cool off is sweating. The only problem with it is it gets you dehydrated really fast. You're a dog, so you pant, and that's why your tongue's sticking out like that, even though there's sweat coming off your brow." Whiskers replies, "Wow, I didn't know any of that." And William the camel's like, "Yup. Now you know how that affects you, but still, it's hot, and I haven't had anything to drink in days. So what do you say we walk over to the river and have a swim with all the other animals?" "Okay, sounds good. Come on, Peggy." "No, it's okay. I think this water's starting to work."